Hey, what's up guys? It's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back in the meta with the most disgusting deck in the meta. A lot of you guys have probably had some issues with wall breakers, but no more. You guys have the Furnace. It destroys the wall breakers, and then it also gives you passive utility on the map afterward. This deck also has an extreme amount of poison bait. You have the Witch, you have the Spear Goblin Hut, you also have the Furnace and the Graveyard Skeletons for poison bait. So if your opponent poisons the Graveyard on defense, then they can't deal with the Spear Goblin Hut, the Furnace, and the Witch spam on offense. Let's go jump straight into some games and overwhelm our opponents with this disgusting and dirty spawner deck. So we got a game here. This guy's gonna go in for a miner. We're gonna go catch it with our giant skeleton, and we're right off to the races. This is a good start for us because our giant skeleton is essentially 3 elixir, and we see a witch. We see a witch right now. We know that the giant skeleton will not break through alone, so we want to go for a baby dragon. Giant skeleton might be able to bait out some extra elixir, and if we see a wall breakers combo, we have to go for the furnace to shut that down, keep the fire spirits alive, while keep the furnace alive, and we shut down the fire spirits. So this is going to be a 2 elixir furnace, guys. That is great for us. We bait out poison. So poison can be difficult with this deck because, well, we have graveyard. Kind of hard counters graveyard. What we want to do is we want to bait out the poison with our spawners, and that's how this deck works. You have witch, you have spawners, and if your opponent poisons, they can't break through it. This is going to be really sad for him. This is the exact scenario that you want when you're playing this deck. Your opponent goes right into you after exhausting their poison, and then they're triggered. Oh, you can see it, guys. You can see the frustration. He's showing it in the modes. He's like, what am I supposed to do against witch plus another building? Can't do anything, buddy. So he's going to go in for a witch on defense. Our giant skeleton is still alive. I think we kill his witch if we log it, and then we probably take out his entire tower now as well. So giant skeleton will explode on the tower, and he's frustrated. This deck is just going to make people rage quit. I feel like it's really not healthy for the game. And if your opponent overcommits once, when they feel like your buildings are out of cycle, they just lose because they can't break through it. There's no chance in heck of him doing any damage to me if I have witch and I also have a defensive structure on the map, and he goes in for either an elixir golem or a giant at the river. Fortunately for us, we get another furnace down, but unfortunately the fire spirits do not spawn again to kill that in time. But it's much rather having that connect on my furnace instead of my tower, so we're still chilling, we're still thriving. And if you guys dislike wall breakers, play this deck because you'll beat it every time with a furnace. So furnace is going to be my main answer to the wall breakers. He goes in for a witch like that. We just want to go in for a poison, so we're going to be able to kill it. So then he's not able to get a whole spawn of skeletons or a whole slew of skeletons on us. So we can go for a furnace to go and pull everything even lower, so then the mega minion doesn't walk onto our tower. He's just going to go for wall breakers. We're going to log everything back, and then he's not going to get a connection to the tower. So we're chilling. If you guys didn't know, Baby Dragon plus 1 log does do it. The Baby Dragon does need support, though. You can't just allow the tower to chip away on top of the wall breakers and then hope that the Baby Dragon does its job, because he needs a teammate. He needs a little bit of support, man. He's like a soccer player, man. He can't play without the team. We're going to go in for a giant skeleton just to body block so the mega minion doesn't lock on. Even though the mega minion is not going to be hit by the giant skeleton, you just can't have that amount of damage go on you, so you need to make sure that it just locks onto the giant skelly. Imagine that damage being on my tower instead. We would have probably lost the tower. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. It was a pleasure playing against you, good sir. But I feel like he probably hated me because he definitely hated this deck with all the motes he was sending early on. So we're seeing Witch right out of the gate in this matchup. Probably going to be wall breakers. That's usually what we see. But yet again, another poison. So if you want to make graveyard work in the poison meta, this is what you have to run. You can't run anything else, really. Maybe you could run like Mega Knight Graveyard, but I'm just thinking that this is going to be your best bet with all the spawners baiting out poisons from your opponent. So unfortunately, we don't have graveyard. We're just going to start our witch in the back. We can't drop anything with the witch because we don't know what else he's got. Unfortunately, the man has a Sparky too, so that is going to be good riddance to our witch. We're going to go in for a lower goblin hut so we can spawn spear goblins towards the Sparky, but still not have that as the primary thing that the Sparky targets. The baby dragon will latch onto the hut, and we definitely need to go in for a giant skeleton here and probably a furnace, so we're able to go and pull that right into us. Can't allow those golemites to just pop right under our tower. It's just too much damage, man. The death bomb is going to be amazing. It's going to be able to kill the Sparky. Feels great. And we're going to go for a baby dragon just to clean up that elixir a little bit quicker. And because we're going to get a huge elixir advantage from this, we could go for a graveyard. Look at all that elixir. Feed me more, sir. You did get a lot of damage, but I think we're going to be able to recoup our elixir investment with this poison now. So we got Mega Minion as well, right on top of our baby dragon. This is kind of a bad matchup. He's got Sparky Poison with Mega Minion for our baby dragon that we really want to precipitate our graveyard pushes with. So if I win this, I'll be very happy, but this is an incredibly difficult matchup that I would not expect to see. Guess everyone's running Poison, even if they're running Sparky. Man, insane stuff. Let's just go in for our Witch on the right-hand side. I think we might have to just go for Giant Skeleton on the left, or we might sack our tower. I don't know. We're going to go for Furnace, so that will pull the Elixir Golem. We'll go in for a Baby Dragon, and then go for a Graveyard on the right. So he went for Poison already. That means that we're probably going to be able to take out his Witch. It looks like we're doing a tower trade. I don't think I can do anything other than that. Log didn't seem like the best decision, but it's fine. I'm going to wait for the Sparky to target the tower, then I'm going to go in for my Witch, so that I'm able to kill it. I think it dies before it gets the Sparky shot off, and then we will be able to provide counter push to the left with the Giant Skeleton in the middle. Since we still have a Witch alive, might as well make the best use of it, right? So he's going to go in for an Elixir Golem to go and pull us. We're getting so much Elixir right now from that. Oh my gosh, we're at 7 Elixir now, guys. Oh baby, it's going to be a triple. Going in for a Goblin Hunt on the left-hand side. We have a Baby Dragon alive, and we're able to even stockpile a Witch as well. His Baby Dragon will go die and suffer a tragic end into the Death Bomb. And this is really good, guys. I can go for a Giant Skeleton. We've maneuvered our way back into this game. I didn't feel confident being able to defend against the Elixir Golem Sparky, so we went and played really aggressive instead. And man, did it work out well. It paid dividends for us. I think we're going to be able to take his tower here. I might need to go in for like a Furnace to go and have that be the primary focus of the Sparky instead. And if we're able to log it back, come on, Witch, give it to Daddy. Oh, let's go. GG, well played, and peace out. That was such a clutch ending, and I'm very glad to win against a crazy hard counter. So we got a Furnace player. We're just going to go for a Baby Dragon to shut that down, be able to kill the Furnace with that, hopefully. Maybe he's going to go for a Mega Minion and showcase a Royal Giant deck. We'll have to wait and see, though. And he's got the Elixir Golem. So he's got Furnace, Elixir Golem. What are we going to do against that? We want to stack up as many Spear Goblins as possible. Unfortunately, I think we have to log and then viciously cycle back to our Witch. We are going to be able to hit the Fire Spirits with that log, so we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. We got a lot of Elixir on the map. And as long as we kill his Elixir Golem, then we're going to be able to get a nice Elixir investment on offense. So make sure you never leak Elixir when you're playing against that. Make sure that you're dropping cards constantly, because you will overflow Elixir really quickly with that, especially in double Elixir. I'm going to go in for our Graveyard now. He's got Barbarians, which should just die to the Death Bomb, right? That's pretty good. And then Skeletons are going to be able to swarm the tower, so it looks like we got a nice positive interaction there. Now I'm faced with the situation, do I want to go Goblin Hunt, or do I want to go in for a Fire Spirit push? I'd rather go in for Goblin Hunt, because Spear Goblins will stay alive a little bit longer, and they'll be able to do more damage on top of the Mega Minion. So the Spear Goblins will be able to take a wave of Fire Spirits here as well. It's awesome. I could Poison if I want to. Doesn't seem like the best decision, though. I'd rather save my Elixir. He's definitely going to play really aggressive now because he just used the Elixir Golem. That means that he's going to play super, super wild. He's going to go for a Graveyard for sure, and I'm going to have to Poison on defense. Unfortunately, I think we need to keep our Witch alive, so let's go for a Giant Skeleton so he doesn't target our Witch. And as long as our Witch kills the Golemites, then we're fine, because the Death Bomb of the Giant Skeleton gives us an amazing interaction against the Mega Minion on top of the Witch as well, and then we can go for a Graveyard counter push. So he did Poison. That means he doesn't have anything for the Graveyard. That was interesting. So he literally chose his poison. He's like, which one do I want to die from today? You got to choose. Does he want to kill the Witch, or does he want to go and kill the Graveyard Skeletons? As a result, we come away with a very clean tower take. So that's what I really like about this deck. Quite often they'll have to choose between the supporting units, or they'll choose between the Graveyard Skeletons. And if they choose between the Graveyard Skeletons, then they're going to be very sad, because you have a whole bunch of counter push and you can actually 3-crown them. So I think he made the best choice there, because we would have had counter push with the Witch as well. But it still was kind of bad for him in the long run. We can even go for a Graveyard, and when you go Graveyard on the King Tower, make sure you drop it as high up as possible, so then all the Skeletons are swarming around the King Tower. They're not dallying like right here, right here. They're all concentrated, having their priorities straight in life, and trying to assert dominance on the 3. So yeah, GG, well played. Peace out, Girl Scout, and good luck in the rest of your Grand Challenge session. We just 3-crowned him. That's crazy. Not even a single tower for him. That was so clean, man. Yeah, this deck destroys other Graveyard decks. We're going to sauce out a good luck here, and we're going to see what's up. Let's go in for a Furnace to kick off this game, and this guy is not cycling anything, so this is pretty good. No, he's got Witch. All right. So not too good, man. Whenever you see a fellow Witch player, you just know that it's going to be a tough game. We're going to go in for a Baby Dragon right on top of the Witch, I think. I think that's going to be our best play. I don't want to cycle my Witch just yet, because we don't know if he's got a Mega Knight. If he's got Mega Knight and he kills our Witch on counter push, it's kind of bad. We need that. We need to save it. I go for my witch now because baby dragons are duking out in the middle, and I don't want to go and cycle my giant skeleton because that's really the only way I can stop the Mega Knight, so I was forced to. Ooh, does he have the same deck as us? He's got witch, he's got baby dragon? I don't know, man. Well, we're gonna go for a giant skeleton, so we got giant skelly on giant skelly action. He's got furnace as well. I think we might have found our match. We've got the mirror match, boys. Let's see if we can win. I want to go in for a poison here, I think. And then I should have poisoned the other side because that's what the fire spirits were spawning out of, but it's fine. Maybe we just go in for furnace here. Go on the right-hand side since we've already committed to it. This fire spirit won't connect onto anything, so that's fine. Oh, so we don't have a mirror match. He's just got clone, and I just used my poison. Feels bad. Alright. Fire spirits will spawn, so then we're going to be able to kill the cannon cart, hopefully. It's going to lock onto the furnace, not my tower. So, we do not have poison in cycle. I could go for a graveyard because he just used his witch. This is going to be good. He might tower trade me. If he's bad, he tries to defend. He's not bad. Okay. Well played. Makes the appropriate decision. If he tried to defend that, I would have been able to slaughter the witch for a nice elixir trade. And we would have been in a much better spot. But we might 3-crown him with those skeletons. He might also 3-crown me, though. So it's tough, guys. It's tough to say who's going to come out ahead here. I am kind of scared of this witch, so I need to poison on defense, I think. Otherwise, the skeletons just do too much. I might have just got 3-crowned. I just got owned. Feels bad, dude. That giant skeleton's just going to tear me apart, right? Oh my gosh, why is this game so crazy? What's happening? Our witch is going to go spawn a ton of skeletons up top, and this is what the meta is. Just spawn your skeletons and somehow 3-crown. I don't even know what that game was, but somehow we were able to win. We're going to go in for a furnace here. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's good. We love starting furnace because it's a very nice passive play. If our opponent goes in for wall breakers, they can never break through it. We see poison again, so poison's going to be in every deck, isn't it? We're going to go in for a goblin hut in the left-hand side, just so that we can get chip damage on that side, because furnace is just going to get nullified for free. He's got furnace and poison, so it might be graveyard versus graveyard here. Huh, we'll have to wait and see. I love going in for baby dragons and graveyards on the left-hand side, chipping the furnace and potentially anything else that he drops. If he drops a bait card, this would be amazing for us. Want to be able to hit it. Yep, this is good. We're going to be able to hit the Night Witch, and we're going to be able to hit the furnace for a nice elixir trade. And we're also hitting the tower. So these are the transactions that we want in life. Being able to kill the Night Witch inside the poison, having all the bats disperse and then die immediately, and then still having spear goblins accumulate chip damage on the left-hand side. That's what we'd like to see. So we saw poison already. I assume this is going to be... Oh, wow. Okay, Elixir Golem, guys. Elixir Golem is out here ready to thrive. Probably going to be Elixir Golem Graveyard if I had to guess. But, I mean, everyone's running the most overpowered cards, just like I am right now, abusing the Witch and Poison Bait. So, I don't know. It could just be some other stuff, too. Let's go in for a Furnace. I don't think he's got Wall Breakers, because he definitely would have casted the 2 Elixir Wall Breakers by now. Go in for a Witch, so we can start spawning a lot of Skeletons. He went in for a Zap, interestingly enough, so... got Zap with this deck. I wasn't expecting that. So he probably doesn't have Graveyard. If you have Zap and you're running Graveyard, you're kind of crazy because it resets the tower from targeting the tank onto the Graveyard Skeletons. So it's never good if you're running Zap with Graveyard. That's why you typically see like arrows if someone is running a Graveyard air counter or Snowball. Primarily Snowball. It's cheaper. So we're going to be able to get a lot of damage with that Baby Dragon locking on the tower. We're going to ramp up the aggression with our Furnace. So we're ramping up aggression by dropping cards on our side of the map, and that's actually hilarious that it's passively being aggressive. And we can go in just for our poisons to chip away on his Furnace, so we keep our spawners alive, and he doesn't have spawners anywhere near him. And when we have this situation, when we have spawners left, right, and all near our tower, we can't drop our Witch. We have to drop it up higher, so then we don't give him extreme poison value. I don't really like losing games, guys, so I'm not going to give him too much poison value. He's only able to hit the Giant Skeleton, the Baby Dragon, and also the Spear Goblin Hut that was basically dead anyway, so wasn't too good for him. He's just used his poison, so we're just going to stack up even more spawners. And this is how you win the game, by just 10,000 different paper cuts. It's so obnoxious to play against. Look at how many Spear Goblins, look at how many Fire Spirits we're spawning. There's absolutely nothing he can do. Even though he's got poison, which is a direct counter to our graveyard, he is gradually getting whittled away, and each time he drops an Elixir Golem right into us, it just gets pulverized by our sheer massive units. All we need to do is cycle back one more poison, and we win the game. If our opponent had a Graveyard Poison deck as well, if you think about it, there's nothing he could have done, because it would have just went into the Spear Goblins that were spawning right behind my tower. So it would have been an easy victory nonetheless. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout.